We would like to acknowledge the Yuggera people and the Turrbal people as the traditional custodians of Meanjin, the lands on which we record this podcast today. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Always was, always will be, Aboriginal land. Hello and welcome to another episode of For the Health of It, a podcast made for healthcare professionals by a nurse on the inside. So my name is Jess and I'm the Brand Ambassador of Healthcare Australia and a nurse myself. And today we have a really special guest. So we have Dani from Designs to You. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because it is the company that do our brand new scrubs. Thank you so much for joining us, Dani.
Thank you so much for having me, Jess.
And I know that people are listening to this, but you can go on YouTube and Spotify and watch the video. And Dani looks amazing. And next to her, she's got the rack of scrubs next to her and they look so good. And I'm also wearing the scrubs to represent today's episode as well.
The famous purple scrubs that everyone talks about. Everyone contacts us and like, we want scrubs like HCA. They're so cool. So
that is so good.
You guys are the trendsetters.
We are. And I knew that we would be the trendsetters too, which is why when I became an ambassador, I was like, we need to change the scrubs. And I'm so glad that we partnered with you guys. So I want to dive into like you and your role with Designs to You, because I know personally a bit about the company. And that's why I wanted to do this episode, because there's some pretty fascinating and amazing things about the company itself, as well as the scrubs. So I would love to know, what's your role in Designs to You and kind of how did it all start?
Yeah, so I'm the general manager at Designs to You, and my mum, Maria Grossi, actually started the business 25 years ago. I always tell her she should write a book because her story is it's so inspirational and really, really interesting. But to give you the kind of short version of it, she was the daughter of two Italian immigrants who came to Australia, at 1920. Not a word of English. My nonno, who's my grandfather, always says he came with a pot to boil his pasta, a pan to make his sauce, and a really cool outfit. He was just like the coolest, most fashionable man. And same with my nonna, my grandmother. She was a seamstress. So Maria, who's the founder and CEO of Designs to You, she grew up around fashion and around, fabrics and clothing her whole life, which, and also being the daughter of immigrant parents, was raised in a really hardworking, kind of fearless, determined environment, which was, the values that were instilled in her from a really young age, which then played out in her later life being her career. So, cut to the 90s, she was working in the uniform industry in a heavily male-dominated kind of world, who were making uniforms for really women-saturated industries. So she wanted more. She wanted to explore more fabrics and, all of the uniforms where they were scratchy, they were daggy, they were baggy, they were everything you don't want your uniforms to be. So she very bravely branched out on her own and started Designs to You 25 years ago now. So she started the business initially because she just wanted to make people feel amazing at work. She loved fashion. She's one of those people which I could put a box of fabric in front of her, all different fabrics, and she would pick like the tiniest little square of fabric that people would think is like for the bin, and she'd make something incredible out of it. Like she's just got that eye, and I think that that's something you can't teach. It's inherently in you. So she would just create these well-made, beautifully designed, really good quality uniforms. And, she, like I said, she set out initially just to make people feel amazing. She just wanted to make women and men feel good at work, and never kind of set out to build a huge business or be really successful. It was always about the people, and she just grew organically from there. And still to this day, at the core of everything we do, it's about our customers. We always encourage feedback from our customers. I know people kind of shy away from it, but we want to know what works, what doesn't work. We want to know like what you love, what you hate, so we can make uniforms better for you. So yeah, that was how the business kind of came about. And then I joined the business. I was actually studying fashion design straight out of school.
Oh, you got your mama's genes.
Yeah. I've always loved fashion as well. And I guess being around the industry and having, you know, both of my grandmothers were actually seamstresses. So I kind of had that fashion, and mum loving fashion. You know, she'd always dress us really cool. And I remember her picking us up from school, like primary school, and people being like, "Oh, who's that? Who's that?" 'Cause she'd come in like a Carla Zampatti power suit and just like, you know, look like a fashion icon, which she still is to this day. Yeah, so I was studying fashion design and decided to take a gap year. And funnily enough, Designs to You needed a customer service person at the time. So mum kind of said, "Oh, why don't you come and help me out until you decide exactly what you want to do?" And I just never left. So I've been here ever since.
Well, you're in the family business. It's to do with fashion. So it's the same path that you
Yeah.
wanted.
I just fell in love with it. And I think because I grew up around it, it's kind of all I've ever known. And it's something I'm really passionate about it as well, is just making people feel great. And I love, you know, wearing beautiful things. And I think especially when you're going to work, the worst thing is being uncomfortable or feeling like you look daggy or you're not comfortable. You're never going to perform your best when you don't feel great. So for us, we never put anything out that we wouldn't wear ourselves. And that's just how we do it. If there's something that, you know, a customer of ours really thinks this is what we want, this is what we work, of course we'll do it. But we always put our kind of experience into everything we do, because we know what works and we know what doesn't. And we care about the people actually wearing the uniforms. So yeah, I guess
so good.
I don't know if that answered your question.
No, what a history,
I kind of
honestly.
went in like 10 different directions. But yeah, it's we're very lucky because it is our business, we've got such an amazing culture. And I know people are like, "Oh, you know, family business, everyone's a family," but we really are. We all care about each other. We have so much fun at work, and we're always like, Maria, actually, we're a young team, and she allows us the freedom to explore and try things and fail and try again. And so we're never kind of like, we're not even ahead of the curve. We're setting the curve in the industry. Like we're trend setting, we're doing different things. We don't want to do what everyone else is doing. We want to do different things. And that, you know, is interesting. We have a huge interest in sustainability, and we've been offering sustainable products since 2015. So that's something that, you know, we were already doing for 5 or so years, until big businesses actually started to really take notice and take care about sustainable practices. So we were kind of already ahead of the curve and had, you know, years worth of data of uniforms that had been in the, you know, in the world out there working. So we knew what worked, what didn't. And that was, you know, a real advantage to us. And so that's always kind of been who we are. We're really, really customer focused, and we invest a lot in innovation. And that's, you know, that can be fabric technology, that can be actual technology in terms of, you know, AI technology, or all different things. We always try and stretch ourselves and push ourselves to push the boundaries and, you know, do different things to everyone else.
That's why when we gave you the challenge and we're like, we need you to create this exact purple and we want it to look like this, and you guys just whipped it up. You got those mocks with it, like, to us within a couple of weeks. You got the correct purple for us. You put so much thought into it as well. And when we got those mocks, it was like the most exciting thing ever, like to see what we had talked about and what the vision was, and then to see it, and we're just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And now the final product, like, I'm stoked. Like, I'm wearing it now, and I'm going to be wearing it all day while I work from home today, because it's just so comfy.
I know, they like wearing pajamas. I love them. I actually wear the black ones of the jogger pants just as like pants, because they're just cool.
I would too, for sure.
Yeah,
so obviously,
they're really cool.
Your uniforms that you do, you're talking like corporate style uniforms and things like that. When did you move into healthcare and like scrubs and everything? Because I know you've been doing that for a number of years.
Yeah, so we actually cater to a lot of different industries. So, retail, healthcare, corporate, transport. We've kind of got, a really good mix of clientele. But when we really kind of got heavily invested into the scrubs was right before COVID, actually. So
Oh, good timing.
we happened to be expanding on our healthcare range, and most of our corporate clients were already wearing our scrubs, but they were the classic styles, so the classic scrub top and the classic scrub pant. And then we started to branch out into the jogger styles and, the cooler, more modern styles. And they've been really successful for us. So again, they're not like anything else that's in the market at the moment. They are different. They're our own design. They're not, the same design that you see a lot of other scrub businesses are selling. So yeah.
So good. Well, I am such a fan of them. I would love to dive into the process of creating the HCA scrubs. And I know you've talked about sustainability. I know they're like hypoallergenic, and there's all these like little fun facts about the scrubs. I'd love to dive into those fun facts.
Yeah, so when we were approached by HCA to do the purple scrubs, honestly, the entire office was so excited because we're always getting calls for just navy scrubs, which are great. We love navy, but to do a pop color, especially something so vibrant, was really exciting for us. So initially, we started off with obviously the style of the scrubs the team loved, which was great. We had the style nailed down. And then we got into the actual color of the scrubs. Now, this color is your exact HCA purple. And it was a really interesting process to actually get the vibrancy into the scrubs and also make sure that through wash and wear, they don't fade. So that's another really important thing with bright colored scrubs. So we actually use a very special dye to get the kind of, it's not fluorescent, but it's that pop purple that makes it really different to all of the other purples that are out there and makes it really unique to HCA. So we went through a couple of different dye processes for the scrubs, and we sent them across to the team, and the team ended up choosing this one, which I love. It's almost like a kind of pinky purple base. It's not like a solid, heavy, mauvey purple. I mean, everyone's eyes see different things. So for me, I see like a pinky purple in it. So we dyed them up, and we decided on a color. We did the matching draw cord, all of the matching trims, the reflective HCA on the sleeves, and obviously we've got the HCA logos on the chest. And then we made them, and we let them out to the team. So initially we did a rollout for, I think it was about 2,000 staff.
Yep.
Following that, we've been supplying as the team get their award hours and can purchase a set.
So good. I get bombarded every day with messages about scrubs. Then I'm just like, please contact Designs to You. So the best way is
we're here to help.
Yes, you are here to help. So with our new rewards promotion, as you just mentioned, when you collect up to 250 hours, and you can see this on your payslip, you can actually trade those hours in for a free set of scrubs, which is pretty amazing. And I love that you actually have a scrub chi. So instead of a scrunchie, it's a scrub chi. And I think that's just like the cutest word ever. And it looks so cool wearing the top, the bottom, and the scrunchie. Obviously not for the men. They don't get an accessory, but we do as women, which is really fun and exciting.
Yeah. Well, the men can have a scrub chi too.
They can if they want it, they can have it. And I love that they're just very lightweight. So like, in hotter climates, like I'm in Brisbane at the moment, and I've been wearing them, and like, you still get the humidity in Brisbane, but they're actually, I don't feel like they make me hotter, because there's some fabrics with scrubs that make you really hot and really disgusting, but these are really, really lightweight.
Yeah, so they're actually moisture wicking as well, which means that they draw moisture from your body and push it through the other side of the fibers. So they're super breathable, they're lightweight, they've got a 4-way stretch in them, so they stretch 4 ways. So if you're, bending up, down, stretching across beds.
We definitely are, yes.
We definitely are, yes. I know I've been listening to a couple of your previous podcasts, which honestly, one of them made me cack up laughing with the you thought that one of your mole you thought that you had a mole, but it was actually just poo on your
Yeah, no.
your wrist. I'm
It's
so
such
sorry
a terrible
to laugh,
story.
but
No, I genuinely was really
just
worried. And other healthcare professionals
no.
were looking at that mole thinking, oh, that looks crusty, that looks weird, you should get that checked out. And then we all were shocked when I was like, turns out it was just poop, everybody. We do get
It made
ourselves
me
into
laugh.
predicaments.
Yeah, so you get yourself into some interesting positions. So these will help you stretch and move into those positions. But yes, super breathable and, like you said, hypoallergenic as well. So they're honestly so comfy. They really are like wearing pajamas. And we've had great feedback from the HCA team and all of our customers wearing the scrubs. So it's amazing to hear and really positive for us.
Yeah, well, we're very excited. It's been a long time coming. Everyone's been asking HCA for years and years. I was one of them as one of the nurses. I was like, seriously, guys, we need some scrubs. So I was really excited when I became an ambassador that I kind of was like, okay, can I know this company? They're really amazing. Can we just like look into this? And I think about 7 months from the first initial email and then finally the big launch. So it's been super exciting.
Yeah. And it's such an honor for us as well. So thank you so much for choosing us to be your scrub supplier. It's been really amazing to have the opportunity to work with yourself and the team and to work on such a cool project as well.
So good.
We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for your time today. It's really I love learning about like the history of, your particular business, like 25 years, and you guys have started this from the ground up. And now that we've collaborated together, Australian company, supporting you guys, that's the best part that I love. And the quality, outstanding.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really, quality is paramount to us. So like I said, we would never put something out that we wouldn't wear ourselves. And we're a female-led business. We're a young team. So like I said, we all kind of work together and are female-led as well. So yeah, Maria is really, really supportive of us as women in business as well as young women in business. So we're very lucky to have a CEO who's really supportive of our journeys together.
So amazing. Well, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time today to have a chat. I've been really looking forward to this podcast. And we'll definitely be in touch for sure. But if anyone has any questions, you can email Dani at hello@designstoyou.com.au for any questions. But Dani, what do you get asked the most?
So probably the most frequently asked questions is about rewards points. And the best people to contact about your points are the rewards program. So if you email newsouthwales.rewards@healthcareaustralia.com.au or whichever state you're located in, so vic.rewards@healthcareaustralia.com.au, they will be able to assist you with your points. The only one that's different is the rural remote team. So that one is rr.rewards@healthcareaustralia.com.au, and they can help you with any queries you might have about your rewards points or your hours worked. I guess the next question would be how to log in. So what's my username? What's my password? And if you have any queries about that, you can always email us at hello@designstoyou.com.au and our customer service team will be able to send you a link and your login details so that you can log in and order your scrubs. So like Jess said, if you don't have enough rewards points, you can order the scrub and pay for them by personal payment. And you'll still get your free scrunchie as well with your first time order.
Yes, so good. Yes, scrunchie. Love that so much.
Scrunchie, yeah.
I know, it's such a cool accessory. It's the best. Thank you so much, because they're the questions I get asked all the time and I respond to each and every one of you. But then also people are also messaging Dani at the same time. So that is the process. And you will have an email, but it's most likely going into your junk email from Designs to You, and people might not pay attention to it because it doesn't say Healthcare Australia. So just email them. If you haven't found the email, just email Dani. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
you can email us or you can call us. We're always happy to help. Even in terms of sizing, if you've got any questions about sizing, we can always help you over the phone or via email. All we'll need is a little bit of information about what sizes you normally wear. We might ask you for some measurements and we'll be able to help you determine what's the best size for you to order in the scrubs.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We so appreciate it. What an amazing episode. You've taught us so much about Designs to You, and I so appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jess. Thank you.